Good morning, everyone. We are the Group 2 and we are going to present women's issues in development, agriculture, fisheries, and forestry sector. Overview of agriculture. Agriculture in the Philippines involves systematic raising plants and livestock, harnessing nature's elements for human needs, including crop production, livestock, farming, fisheries, and forestry. Gender in agriculture. Women play a crucial role in agricultural production in developing countries, with 43% of workers engaged globally and 79% in some regions supporting agriculture as their primary economic activity. The Food and Agriculture Organization estimates that if women had equal productive resources, they could increase from farm yields and reduce hunger by 20 to 30%. In the Philippines, women are primarily tied to traditional roles as mothers, wives, and housekeepers, often preventing them from entering the labor force due to gender role, stereotyping, and unpaid care work. So as per tradition, kilala ang mga babae na sa loob lang ng bahay. Kaya dito sa Pilipinas, mas marami pa ring mga lalaki ang nagtatrabaho kaysa mga babae. Next is gender in agriculture. Globally, women face fewer opportunities for economic participation, education, health risk, and political representation than men. Gender equality is crucial for achieving the United Nations Millennium Development Goals. In agriculture, women have less access to resources and opportunities, affecting the agricultural sector, economy, society, and women themselves. Addressing gender inequality is essential for achieving development progress. Key issues in agriculture. The first issue in agriculture is land. The state guaranteed equal right to ownership of land, equal shares of farm produce for both men and women. Only a few rural women are even given land type. Women from communities of rice farming systems are more likely to inherit non-land assets, in contrast to their male counterparts who are given land ownership. So basically, ang rights lang na nabibigay is more on men, pero sa mga babae is hindi sila nakakuha ng mga land titles dahil babae sila, hindi katulad ng mga lalaki. Dahil ang mga lalaki kaya nilang gumawa sa farm. So mostly, nang nabibigyan is mga lalaki. Women, on the other hand, are involved in secondary farming activities such as harvesting, weeding, fertilizer, application, and bookkeeping. Mostly, ang mga nabibigyan ng opportunities ay ang mga lalaki kaysa mga babae dahil yung mga binibigay sa kanilang trabaho is yung alam lang nila na kaya ng mga babae. Next is farm employment. The agriculture sector mainly composed of men at 77%, while 23% of employed workers are women. Women in the Philippines are often conceived of as invisible farmers, while men are considered the full-time and genuine titlers of the land. This is because most of the major farm operations, such as land preparation, fertilizer, and insecticide application and irrigation, are done by men, while women are confined to such secondary activities as weeding and harvesting. Investment projects have tended to reproduce gender division of labor that relegate women to temporary, insecure employment. Contract farming schemes can raise women earnings, but women have largely left out of these opportunities. Moreover, crowding women into field and packing house levels employment can expose them to physical, arduous work and to sexual harassment. Yet, compliance with labor standards and certifications has improved working conditions, including safety and health conditions. Isa din sa nagiging issue lalo na pag babae ka is yung sa sexual harassment, kasi pwede kang bastusin ng mga katrabaho mo inside your work or even outside. So, yun yung isa sa pinaka-risk. Pero ngayon, dahil we're in the modern times, mostly is safe na dahil sinisigurado ng government na bawat isa ay mabibigyan ng sapat at tamang protection.
C. Access to credit. Women's access to credit and other financial services hamper their ability to establish enterprise and engage in income-generating activities. In situations where land is normally used to meet the collateral requirements of the most lending institution, Many women find it difficult to get credit for the formal sources. Limited access of women to market and enterprise reduce their ability to negotiate and link agricultural produce to potential supplier and buyers. D. Education and training. Most rural women lack formal education or other form of training, which limits their horizon for other productive endeavors. Rural women have lower literacy rates than their male counterparts. Moreover, as access barriers to training are in place, it creates a knowledge gap which prevents them from benefiting equitable from new innovation. Gender equality and rural women empowerment in agricultural. The Philippines' participation in United Nations Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, or CEDAW, in 1980 is substantial in promoting development and empowerment of Filipino women. CEDAW considers rural women's right to land and natural resources, forestry, as well as fisheries, such as states parties ensure effective access to agricultural resources including information, land distribution technologies, and meaningful participation in agricultural cooperatives, in which women may be member of the sole member. Below are the various policies and programs relevant in promotion of gender equality and rural women empowerment in agricultural. Magna Carta of Women, MCW, Republic Act RA 9710, is a comprehensive human rights law that seeks to eliminate discrimination through the recognition, protection, fulfillment, and promotion of the rights of Filipino women, especially those belonging to the magazine sectors of society. Women in Development and Nation Building Act, RA 7192. The states recognizes the role of women in nation building and shall ensure the fundamental equality before the law women and men. The state shall provide women rights and opportunities equal to that of the men. Section 5. Quality and capacity to act women of legal age, regardless of civil status, shall have the capacity to act and enter into contracts which shall in every respect be equal to that of men under similar circumstances. In all contractual situations where married men have the capacity to act, married women shall have equal rights.
The Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Law of 1988. It promotes the rights of rural women independent of their male relatives and of their civil status, to own and control land, to receive a just share of fruits of the land, and to be presented in advisory or appropriate decision-making bodies. Under the current, women rural laborers have equal rights to own lands. However, most women are seasonal workers who rank third in the priority order of beneficiaries. The DAR has since adopted the Memorandum Circular 18 of 1996 and Administrative Order No. 1 of 2001 to improve women's position and implement the gender equality provisions of the current. These guidelines specify that no sex discrimination can be made in beneficiary selection, and land titles are to be issued in the name of both spouses. The Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Law of 1988 aimed to redistribute land to landless farmers in the Philippines, promoting social justice and improving rural economic conditions, although implementation faced challenges. The Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program in the Philippines aims to distribute lands to landless farmers and farm workers to promote social justice and improve agricultural production but faces challenges in implementation. The Agri-Agra Law of 2009 mandates all banking institutions to set aside at least 25% of their total loanable funds for agriculture and fisheries, 15% for agricultural lending, and 10% for agrarian reform beneficiaries. The law defines qualified borrowers and is gender-neutral in its description. The Agri-Agra Law of 2009 mandates that banks in the Philippines allocate a portion of their loanable funds to support the agriculture and fisheries sectors, particularly farmers and agrarian reform beneficiaries. The Philippine Fisheries Code of 1998, the state is to provide support to the fisheries sector primarily to the municipal fisherfolk, including women and youth sectors, through appropriate technology and research, adequate financial, production, construction of post-harvest facilities, marketing assistance, and other services. It also regulates the development, management, and conservation of fisheries and aquatic resources in the Philippines to ensure food security, sustainability, and protection of the marine environment. The Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources. It is the Philippine government agency responsible for managing and conserving the country's fisheries and aquatic resources to ensure sustainability and empower fisherfolk. It also coordinates with local government units and other concerned agencies to enable women in fishing communities to engage in other fishery economic activities. Municipal, City, and Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Management Council and Integrated Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Management Council are community-based council in the Philippines that promotes sustainable fisheries management and empower local fisherfolk, playing a vital role in ensuring the long-term health of the country's marine ecosystem and food security. It's also which should include women in youth representative. National Action Plan on Women, Peace and Security. Launched in March 2017, the Philippine National Action Plan on Women, Peace and Security 2017 to 2022 addresses the situation of women in armed conflict and recognizes their contribution in conflict transformation by highlighting their roles as leaders and participants in the peace process in the country. According to the Office of the Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process, the Philippines is the first country in Asia to adopt a national plan on women, peace, and security. It's also highlighting its commitment to promoting gender equality, increasing women's participation in peace and security efforts, and protecting women and girls from violence in conflict-affected areas. The plan's impact on women's rights and security is expected to be positive in leading to more inclusive, gender equal, and stable societies. It aims to create a more just and equitable world where women and girls are empowered and their human rights are upheld.
Philippine Development Plan or PDP 2017 to 2022. The PDP 2017 to 2022 is the country's guide in policy formulation and implementation of development program for the next 6 years. It is the result of a nationwide collaboration between the government, the private sector, and civil society. Some key efforts of the plan have been extracted and are shared below. Agriculture and agribusiness. According to the PDP 2017 to 2022, fostering links with the industry and service sectors for more efficient value-adding processes and more effective commercialization will expand opportunities in agriculture. For this to happen, productivity in agriculture will need to be raised. In the medium term, the agriculture, forestry, and fishery sectors will seek to expand economic opportunity for those who are currently engaged in producing agricultural products and increase access to economic opportunities for small farmers and fishers, who are typically subsistence producer and have limited market participation. These measures will be beneficial to existing producers, marginalized farmers and fishers, including women, the elderly, and indigenous peoples. Gusto ng PDP na mas umunlad ang ating pagsasaka. Gusto nilang mas maraming tawang makakain ng masustansyang pagkain mula sa sariling bansa. Para mangyari ito, kailangan ay mas magaling ang mga magsasaka at mas madali ang pagbebenta nila ng kanilang mga produkto. Next is health. Efforts will be made to help parents determine their family size such that they will be able to adequately care and provide for their children. Age-appropriate sexuality education will be integrated into the school curriculum. Full information and orientation program on responsible parenthood and reproductive health will be made widely available. Access to services will be made easier in order to fully meet the need for modern family planning methods. This will be complemented by measures to increase the labor market participation of women, to defer childbearing and attain healthy birth spacing. In addition, social policy need to expand beyond the current range of services to include social policy needs to expand beyond the current range of services to include social protection for uncovered sectors and disaster risk mitigation, among others, as well as the access to quality healthcare. So, ang PDP po ay naglalayong mas maayos ang kalusugan ng mga Pilipino. Gusto nilang malaman ng mga magulang ang tamang bilang ng kanilang anak para mas maalagaan nila ito ng mabuti. Importante rin na matuto ang mga bata tungkol sa pagiging responsable sa kanilang mga katawan. Next is labor and employment. The government shall implement programs that encourage women to participate in the labor market. Strategies to increase labor participation of women include A. Fully implementing the responsible parenthood and reproductive health, or RPRH law, and improving access and affordability of child care services and formulating policies that promotes work-life balance, and providing training services for women returning to the workforce, and enhancing maternal and paternal benefits, and improving access of women to entrepreneurial opportunities. So, gusto ng PDP naman na mas maraming Pilipino ang magkaroon ng trabaho, lalo na mga kababaihan. Philippine Plan for Gender Expansive Development, or PPGD, 1995 to 2025. To achieve these objectives while taking into account other issues and concern in the sector, the PPGD recommends that the following policies and strategies be pursued. One is sensitive the rural population to gender issues. Number 2 is mainstream gender concern in the sector's development policies and programs. Number 3 is consider women's particular needs and implementing projects, and develop rural women's capabilities, and expand income opportunities for women, provide infrastructural support, especially those that consider the needs and requirements of rural women. So, sa madaling salita, ang PPGD ay naglalayong mas pantay ang trato sa mga babae at lalaki sa ating bansa. Gusto nilang mas magkaroon ng pagkakataon ng mga babaeng umunlad at magkaroon sila ng magandang buhay. The plan also encourages forging stronger links between government agencies and non-government organizations or NGOs. This will expand possibilities for cooperation and sharing of resources, and ensure that gender mainstreaming, which can be difficult, reorientation for many organizations and agencies is pursued as key strategy. The State of Filipino Woman Report 2015 chronicles key achievements of the PPGD, particularly during the administration of President Benigno Simeon Aquino III.
Letter C. Aquino III. The report highlights the following result. Philippines ranks high in global gender indices, improving gender-responsive governance through initiatives such as the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program, or commonly known as 4Ps, and the National Action Plan on Women, Peace, and Security. Gender and development mainstream in higher education. Passage of Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Law. Strengthen collaboration with male movements and network of male advocates, such as Men Opposed to Violence Everywhere, or MOVE. A network of male anti-violence against women advocates, Men on Wheels, Men's Responsibility on Gender and Development and Empowerment, and Reaffirmation of Parental Abilities.